Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to look at research questions. A research question is the foundation of your paper, and a well-written research question will help you stay focused on your topic and allow you to create an organized paper that exactly meets your requirements. We talked in the last video about how keywords help you focus on your research. The research question puts all your keywords into focus. We're going to look at different ways that happens in just a minute, but first I want to point out something important. The research question is a question. That may seem funny, but its goal is to give you something to prove or respond to. Your thesis statement is the answer to the research question, so you can't write it until you've done the research. Let's look at that idea for a minute longer. A research question is not a thesis statement. Since the thesis is the statement of what your paper intends to prove, it has to already have all the answers. Let's look at this thesis statement. Binge drinking among college students is caused by peer pressure and rebellion. If this were true, you would not need to look for any other causes because no other evidence could exist. But what if there are other causes? You might not find them because you're only looking for what you thought to be true. Instead, ask a question about your topic. What are the reasons? Then you find out a whole bunch of things that might not have come up if you just took what you thought you knew as the answer. No college paper is going to be about proving what you already think. They're about discovering new things that may or may not change your perspective. Instead of thinking about what you think you know, think about what your reader may want to know. Like most things we look at, there are several different models you can use to help you. The one I'm going to look at today has only 5 parts and no acronym. The first thing to check is clarity. The question has to be clear. Clear could also be called specific. Your question provides enough specifics that the audience can easily understand its purpose without needing any additional explanation. Anyone else should be able to tell what you're planning to write about, specifically. When you're writing a 600-page doctoral dissertation, your research question will be a lot different than when you're writing a 1,000-word history research paper. Most papers you will write as an undergrad will need to be very tightly focused, so you can not have to read 500 journal articles to get what you need. The rule here is that the question has to be narrow enough that it can be answered thoroughly in the space the writing task allows. The question itself needs to be expressed in the fewest possible words. This is where you're going to clearly specify the 5 W's that you know and start the question with the one you do not know. Anything longer starts the answering process. The easiest thing to check for to see if your question is complex enough is whether or not it is answerable with a simple yes or no. If it is, there is nothing to research. Your question should require synthesis and analysis of ideas and sources prior to the composition of an answer. Be sure the potential answers are open to debate rather than accepted facts. Accepted facts are normally things like the date, the place, or the people involved. Very often, the motives or reasons keep scholars busy for years. How did Alexander the Great really die? Your paper can reach a conclusion or present alternatives, but be sure there is room for discussion. Over the last few videos, we have looked at all these steps. You should have done enough preliminary work that you're ready to start the writing part of writing your research paper. As always, please contact the library if you have any questions. We're here for you